Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is NJ. You guys, oh my god, this Vlogmas has been so good. So this is the 8th day of Vlogmas and this has been so fun, you guys. Oh my god, I woke up to like over 70 subscribers. Like, isn't that amazing? It's just amazing. I'm so happy. I'm so glad. Thank you so much to all my new subscribers. Oh my gosh, you guys, welcome to this family. And yeah, to my old subscribers, thank you so much. Thank you for always just being there for me, watching my videos, liking, sharing, commenting, just everything. Thank you so much for your love and support. Yes, so yeah, let's move on. We've laughed enough. So moving on, in today's video I'm going to be telling you guys how my dad and my brother tricked me, because they tricked me, how they tricked me to relocate from Lagos to the east. And yeah, money was involved and I fell for it. Oh my god, you know this thing that they say that everybody has a price. Me, I had a prize, but then I never got the prize. Just if you want to know how everything happened, just sit back, relax, and yeah, I'll see you shortly. So yeah, you guys, if you don't know me personally, you don't know this about me. So a few years back, I used to live in Lagos because I was working in Lagos. But then something unfortunate happened and I had to quit my job. And so for a few months, I was in Lagos. I was searching for a job, so I was just jobless there, just living the Lagos life. And you guys, I never liked Lagos for once. Like, I had friends in Lagos that throughout my 2 or 3 years in Lagos, I didn't see like more than once, because we lived in like opposite sides of Lagos, and how the traffic would be. And I never liked Lagos. The only people that made Lagos manageable for me were my cousin Ify. You guys met her from my time in Lagos. Yes, she, her kids, yeah, she and her family. They were the only ones that like made Lagos worthwhile for me, like staying in Lagos worthwhile for me. So yeah, I was always going to visit. The kids, they just kept me happy and all that. But then, yeah, like I said, I had to quit my job, and so I was in Lagos. I quit my job September, I think September 2016, and then I was jobless from then to December 2016. I came home for Chinelo's child. So when I got home, my dad tried to talk me into staying back, this, that. I said, no, I have to go back to Lagos. I must find a job. So I went back to Lagos and I was there till like May. So yeah, around May, my dad called me one day. He was like, trying to convince me, NJ, you need to come back to Nnewi. What are you doing in Lagos? You don't have a job in Lagos. What are you doing there? I told him, Daddy, I told me Banter. I don't want to come back. I want to stay in Lagos. I'll find a job. He was like, okay, I said, Daddy, I'm not arguing. I just don't want to come back to Nnewi yet. So fast forward a few days later, my brother, my senior brother Ifani, you guys have met him. He was the one you met during Nazom's Inego. So yeah, he called me a few days later and he was like, talking to me like, this was where the whole thing started. That you should see, Ifani, if you're watching this video, you still owe me. Anyways, so he called me a few days later and he was like telling me, okay, NJ, Daddy said he called you and he asked you to come back, and you said no. And I'm like, no, I don't want to come. He was like, that means Daddy did not explain well to you. I'm like, okay, explain. What do you mean by Daddy did not explain well to me? And he says, that Daddy, it's not that he wants you to just come back and stay at home or anything. No, he has plans for you. First of all, he wants you to be working in this place. My dad has this business. So he was like, that my dad wants me to come and help him, manage the business and all those kind of things that, it's not really going well. So he just needs me to be there, He needs me to help him, bring back the business, grow the business, and I'll be paid handsomely. It's not better, instead of staying in Lagos doing nothing, not getting paid monthly, I should come back, that they'll be paying me a whooping 400,000 naira a month. As I heard that one, I was like, okay, cool. He was like, yes, now Daddy tell me that he just discussed it with Daddy, and Daddy has agreed that I'll be paid 400,000 naira a month. I said, and I thought about it, I said, Ifeanyi, He was like, I'm not lying to you now. I'm being sincere with you. This is something me and daddy we've talked about. Call daddy if you want. Ask daddy. I'm like, fine, yeah, are you sure? He was like, what's that supposed to mean? That he's very sure that this business, they've been trying to run it down. The past managers, they've been this, they've been that, that you need to come back. That daddy said that if it's me, he trusts me, this one will happen. Now that kind of thing. But me, I was not even listening to all those things he was saying, to be sincere. All that was ringing in my ear was that 400,000 naira. So after I finished talking, I told him, Sha, you have to give me time, let me think about it, because now. So we ended the call and I started thinking, 400,000, is this for you? My father paid me 400,000 for managing his own business, for coming back home. I kept on thinking, I'm like, are you sure? At the end of the day, I thought about it. I'm like, what am I even doing in this Lagos? Lagos that I don't like. I never liked Lagos for one day. Nothing. I never liked Lagos for one day. So finally, I called Ifeanyi back the next day or so, and I told him, fine, I've thought about it, and yes, I'm going to come back. But remember what you said, I'm not coming back just to sit down at home. He was like, which one is sit down at home? Come back and start making money. I said, okay now, but that I don't have money to bring myself back. And me, I normally prefer to just charter like a Sienna or something, so that the Sienna will come and pick me. I prefer traveling that way. And he was like, how much is it? Just send me your account number. Let me send you the car money. I'm like, fine. This one, he's just agreeing to my charter like that. Normally he would say, AJ, which one is charter? Why not just pay for 2 seats in the Sienna? Maybe if you go to AutoStar, you pay for the 2 fronts, the 2 rows, like the rows behind the driver, just pay for 2 of them. He didn't say anything like that. He was like, no problem. Now send me your account number. How much is it? I call the driver, make arrangements. He can come and pick you tomorrow. Start coming back tomorrow. And these people want me to just come back like that. What is it? Finally, I made my arrangements. I think 2 days later, I was off. I came back. I didn't even waste time, because really, truly, sincerely, I was tired of Lagos. Hey God, I was tired of Lagos. I was doing shakara, but they did not know that they were doing me the biggest favor. Anyways, in 2 days, my mom was in Lagos as at that time, so we both came back together. We chatted our Sienna, and we came back home. And I was at home. I was happy. My dad was happy. He was like, hey, Chikiti Banter, don't worry, we'll plan something instead of staying in Lagos and being jobless. So I got back 1 week later, nothing. 2 weeks later, nothing. Mid-June, nothing. Ending June, that was like 1 month later, nothing. I called my dad. I went to my dad. I'm like, Daddy, it's been 1 month since I came back home. First thing he told me, NJ, you had a good long time. We're on a Lagos and I'm going to good time. I said, okay, now Daddy, you're on a good time. I'm not doing that. I just, maybe I just want to remind you, you're a busy somebody. You may have forgotten the reason why I came back, but this is it though. He was like, don't worry, I have plans for you. Don't worry. Then later, he called the manager and some of the people involved in the business he wanted me to be involved in. He spoke to them. He told them I'll be coming to work and this and that. And then there was also something else he wanted me to learn, like a business he wanted me to start. So we made arrangements that in the mornings I'll be going to his business place, and then in the afternoon I'll be going to the business he wanted me to learn. So yes, but then my dear people, let me not tell you, later I found out the reason why my father wanted me to come back to the East. He was not that I was jobless and he was worried I was jobless and this. No, he felt that if I stayed in Lagos, I would not find husband to marry. First of all, my dad, he keeps telling me, NJ, in anonimo gonna go to DY. And every time he says that, I'm like, Daddy, when we were growing up, you're the one, you like us to be staying inside all the time. We're inside. So you did not tell me to be outgoing when I was small. Is it now that I've grown that I'll be outgoing? No, you should have said it since. You should have taught us since. So it's not my fault that I'm like this. It's partly your fault too. So Shasha, the main reason he wanted me to come back to the East was so that I'll come back and find a nice young Igbo man and marry. He felt that if I stayed in Lagos, I would not see any man, no man will see me, because he was sure that I'm always either at my house or at my sister Ife's house. like apart from going to church and the market and work when I was at work, nothing, no place else. So he was like that, no, come on, Nampata. Now don't worry, Nampata kita Namafe meeting mother, Nama family. Okay, oh daddy, you've seen now. I've been back what since 2017, it's 2020. Okay, so yeah, you guys. But for me, Sha, even as much as I hated Lagos, I didn't just want to come back to Nnewi and still be idle. Like, why would I be idle in Lagos and then come back home and be idle? You get? So I just didn't want to come back. But then when my brother called me and mentioned the money, 400K, I'm like, okay, fine, I have to do this. So yeah, you guys, this was actually how I eventually came back to the East from Lagos. And yeah, do I regret it? No, not at all, because really if I were to make that decision again, I think I would always pick, you know, coming back home. Lagos was hell for me. I hated Lagos with a passion. I am so happy that I actually moved that back to the East. Like, oh my God, I hated Lagos. Do you guys know what it means for somebody to hate somewhere? I'm sorry for all of you that live in Lagos. I love Lagos. I hated Lagos. I hated living in Lagos. Yes, not I hate Lagos, but I hated living in Lagos. Oh my gosh, I couldn't do anything. I'm not. See, and Lagos is all about, you know, rush and all those kind of things, and I didn't want it. It wasn't the kind of life I was used to. I just didn't like Lagos. I couldn't see my friends. I couldn't see anybody. In fact, apart from people I worked with, I didn't even make any other new friends. My friends were the people I worked with. That's how bad it was. I didn't used to go anywhere. Or like friends I already knew that I stayed in Lagos way before. So I am so glad I moved down to the East. It's been way better. Here I have, you know, more freedom. I can express myself better. You know, just everything is better. I have friends here. It's so much better here, and I am so glad that even though I was strict, yes, I was strict to move down here, but somehow inside me, I think I knew that that was not going to happen. Nobody was going to pay me 400,000 naira a month to be involved in my father's business. I knew that, but like some way, I just wanted to leave Lagos. I just wanted an excuse, and the excuse just came on a platter of gold, and I grabbed it. Like, I was so happy. Yes, my cousin's kids were sad, and I was sad too to be leaving them behind, because really those kids made Lagos, you know, it made everything all worthwhile for me. And yeah, 3 years later, and I'm still loving it. I'll pick Nnewi over and over and over again over Lagos any day, anytime, in my sleep, everywhere. So yeah, you guys, yeah, this is my story. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yes, if you did, don't forget to like. How am I shifting one side? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course please subscribe to my channel. And you guys, thank you once again to all my old subscribers, and to the new ones, you're welcome. This is a fun channel. You're definitely in the right place, and yeah, I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye.